Cicio, who's playing, this looks like the Miracle deck.
Ooh, exciting.
Wow, very cool. Entreat the Angels, Terminus, Thopter Foundry, Engineered Explosives, Top, Counterbalance, Force of Will, Spell Pierce, Enlightened Tutor. 0 creatures.
0 creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Just hoping for a miracle.
Yep.
So you got Andrew on your left with Sneak and Show, Joshua on your right with the Miracle deck. It's the Blue-White Miracles.
Blue-White Miracle deck. And I'm not too familiar with Andrew Cavanaugh, but I know Josh Cicio is a local player. He's from the Worcester area.
Oh. It's always nice to see the local boys in the booth.
Yeah, trying to take it home for the home team here.
For those of you wondering, in Andrew's deck, he's got Gristlebrand and Emrakul as his Sneak and Show stuff main. He's also got a Progenitus in the sideboard. He's got 4 Progenitus in the sideboard, excuse me. He's got pretty much a standard Sneak and Show list. He's got Through the Breach in his sideboard, along with the Vendelian Click, which is kind of cool. And Echoing Truth and Wipe Away and Relic of Progenitus and Submerge. So
yeah. Looking towards the sideboards, I'm not sure what these players are going to be siding in here. It looks like definitely the Vendilion Click, probably the Wipe Away, maybe Echoing Truth. It's a good answer to Entreat the Angels, that's for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and Joshua has mulled to 6 for game 3.
Yep.
I'm not sure which player is on the play. Since we are in game 3, maybe we can find that out.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it looks like Andrew is keeping his 7. Now, Josh Cicio for the post-sideboard games, he'll have the Last Counterbalance, Meddling Mage, Humility. That's a big game.
Yeah.
Andrew Cavanaugh, I'm a little worried about him. He only has 3 bounce spells between his 75, so Josh has a lot of really problematic cards.
So it looks like Andrew was on the play. He led with a Volcanic Island. Joshua led with a Marsh Flats. They're just going land, draw, go. Or draw, land, go. Excuse me. Got that backwards.
So Josh adds an Underground. Sexy black bordered Underground, I might add.
Right. Andrew's going to brainstorm. 3. Look, I think I saw that Vendelian Click. And he puts 2 back. And untaps.
Ooh, draws them. Draws one
Must
of them
have been good.
Yeah, it must have been very good.
He's not going to draw the 3rd one he put down. He is shuffling that 3rd card away.
Yep, and you know, some games of Legacy you have tons of decisions in the first few turns. This game, it's just been players building up their mana bases, getting ready to go off, or in Josh's case, trying to defend against it.
So it looks like Joshua I saw a Counterbalance in his hand while he was flipping him through. Can't quite see what else he's got. He's holding it in pretty tightly. I think that's a Enlightened Tutor, and I think there was a Brainstorm in there.
So Magic Power 9 tweets in that Andrew Cavanaugh is from Somerville, New Jersey. He plays with AJ Kerrigan, James Higginbottom, Joe Manor. Thanks for that info. So not a local player.
Andrew's going to brainstorm again. And he draws Force, Scalding Tarn, and I think that was a Show and Tell.
Yeah, I think so too. So Andrew trying to assemble his pieces here to go off. And I'm wondering who's going to try and go off first here, Andrew or Josh? I think Josh will probably just be content to build up his mana base, maybe try and resolve a counterbalance, something like that.
I think Andrew might try to go for it. I don't know if he's got a good threat in his hand, but I haven't really been able to see what he's got. Honestly, I think for Andrew, he wants to go off as soon as possible.
Yeah. He has a little time to build up his lands, maybe build up a few counter spells for backup, but he can't give Josh all the time in the world, or he's going to be finding himself on the wrong end of some really annoying enchantments.
Right. And Brainstorm for Andrew, or excuse me, for Josh. Puts a couple back. Untaps.
And trying to decide whether or not to use the fetch. He is gonna.
Shuffle those 2 away. I didn't see what he put back.
And if you're just joining us, I'm Zach Hall, joined by Callie Anderson, and we're coming to you live from Star City Games Open in Worcester. Deep in round 7 right now, watching game 3 of Andrew Cavanaugh on your left, playing Josh Cicio on your right.
Looks like Josh has the counterbalance Sensei's Divining Top in his hand.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a draw phase Vendilion click. One of an Andrew Cavanaugh's deck, one in the sideboard. Just a little extra disruption for him.
And Joshua, I think he's... I don't think that was a force, so...
Here
Top,
we go.
sword, tutor.
Seal of Cleansing and Counterbalance.
2 flooded strands.
Yep. If you're unfamiliar with Seal of Cleansing, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be, it's a 2-mana disenchant, but it's an enchantment, so you can sack it at any time to kill an artifact or enchantment.
Seal of Disenchant.
Yeah. The only one that still sees even a little bit of play.
Andrew's trying to decide what to take.
Both the counterbalance and the top, pretty annoying. And what did he decide?
I think he chose... yeah, I think he left it as it is.
Okay, so if I'm Josh Cicio, I'm figuring that means that my opponent doesn't want me to see a counterspell, and I'm just going to try and resolve both my lock pieces now.
He plays the top. And Andrew thinks.
Yeah, pretty interesting that Andrew left it the way it was. Normally, I'm really scared of counterbalance top.
Yeah. Well, you know, he might have just been looking to see if Josh had, you know, the Force of Will.
Right.
Or any other sort of counterspell, so he can land his show and tell. I believe that's an Ancient Tomb for Andrew.
Huh. So Josh wants to keep mana open here. Did not play the counterbalance. A lot of that's probably because he doesn't have many 3 or 4 drops in his deck, and it's pretty tough to counter a show and tell when you have 3 3-drops.
Yes. And here comes a show and tell.
And Josh doesn't have much choice but to let that resolve here.
I imagine he'll be putting his counterbalance into play.
Yeah.
And Andrew will be putting in a mystery card. Most likely a Gristlebrand.
Perhaps a Lotus Petal. Be a strong play.
Yeah.
So Josh will Enlighten Tutor in response. Andrew instantly Force of Wills.
Moving a Misdirection, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Not the show and tell, not the Vendilion click, but the Force of Will. That goes to the graveyard.
Josh tops in response, then not finding what he's looking for, probably a Force of Will.
Yes. I
Goes
imagine.
searching. Gets a Tundra, and Josh, shame on you for not having another black bordered Tundra.
Oh,
What's going on, buddy?
Jeez. God, those are like a dime a dozen.
I know. So Josh will top again, looking for that Force.
Is it there?
No, I think that's
No.
3 land. Josh.
Yep.
Josh Cicio trying to decide between Counterbalance and Seal of Cleansing.
Alright, and let's see them. There's Gristlebrand, and there's Counterbalance.
Yeah. Now, Josh doesn't have any Caracas in his deck, but he does have a few ways to get rid of that. Swords to Plowshares probably would meet a counterspell.
Yep.
Jace the Mind Sculptor probably would meet a counterspell. Really, there's not a heck of a lot he can do here.
Especially if Andrew is drawing 7 cards.
Right.
Ouch. Oh, Crystal Brand is so good. Cool. Spell Pierce.
Oof.
Yep.
That does not look good for Josh Cicio.
I don't want to be too ahead of myself, but I think that might be game.
Yeah, Josh Cicio holding only a Seal of Cleansing and a Sword of the Meek. Neither one really going to do it here, facing off against Griselbrand. I guess he needs a Terminus? 2 Terminus? 3 Terminus?
2 Terminus and Andrew to draw nothing.
Right, absolutely nothing. Not very likely.
Mono lands.
Fetches up an island. And he's going to spin that top again. Desperately search for a way to deal with that Griselbrand.
Sensei, help me.
And there you see a nice full screen view.
He's got the Force of Will and a Meddling Mage, and I did not catch that last card.
Maybe, I have no idea what that is.
Is it a counterspell, maybe?
Oh, it might be an alternate art counterspell. Oh, Blue Elemental Blast.
Ah, okay.
I'm just so used to seeing that card in a white border.
Josh is thinking.
I will try and get that info back for you as soon as possible. Josh Cicio is 2 attack phases away from dead, though. There you see it.
Andrew untaps.
Untapping with Griselbrand is a pretty good feeling.
I know.
Now he can hard cast a Force of Will, alternate cast a pair of Force of Wills.
Oh.
And Josh Cicio needs a miracle, but not the kind he has in his deck.
Ooh.
Andrew Cavanaugh taking his time here. He doesn't want to mess this up.
Yeah. I mean, most definitely when you're in round 7, and these players are probably either undefeated or they only have 1 loss.
Right.
And I mean, you got to make sure every play is on point. So Andrew considers his options. It's like he's just got a grip. Well, there's a Lotus Petal. He should have put that into play.
Oh, no.
Oh, rats.
We're going to have to talk to him after this match. Tell me error of his ways here. And this is looking like a sneak attack, maybe.
Joshua looks at his hand.
Uh-oh.
And there's a sneak attack. Top.
Josh will attempt to Force of Will this, or rather Spell Pierce this. Blue Elemental Blast even.
Yes.
But it's not going to work.
No. And you're just like...
Josh pretty much knows this.
Well, one thing, Andrew cannot draw 7 cards with Griselbrand because he does not have 7 life.
Right.
So he's got to have it in his hand. He can't go fishing for more.
Even if this works, though, he's still going to attack for a lot of life and gain 7 there.
Yep.
So that resolves.
And attacks for 10. 7 of it life linking. Joshua at 14. Looks like he's gone down. He's going down to 4. Andrew plays the Lotus Petal.
And Josh has one more turn here. Trying to find a way to deal with his opponent's Griselbrand.
Oof.
And you know, there hasn't really been a creature in Legacy like this before where
No.
you cheat it into play and the game is just immediately over
Yes.
for all intents and purposes. Even Emrakul requires 1 turn.
Yeah. And you can, you know, do fun things and give him haste with, you know,
Sneak attack or
sneak
something.
attack or lightning greaves maybe.
Right.
But
But you can't
Maelstrom
show and tell him
Wanderer.
how to play. Maelstrom Wanderer.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy's awesome.
Legacy to moving players, that's time in the round. Please proceed to 5 turns. Once again,
Andrew
Legacy
looking
to
for
players,
more
that's
Lotus
time
Petals,
in the
I
round.
think.
Please proceed to 5
Oh,
turns.
makes a land drop.
And just a stack full of cards.
Yep, 2 Force of Wills I saw. Now, if I'm Andrew, I'd probably just put my Force of Wills face up and say
it's
go.
like- I'm just gonna put these there. They just called time in the round. However, this match has a 4-minute extension
Yep.
due to being moved under the camera for game 3. So they still got 4 minutes. However, I'm pretty sure Andrew can take this down in 4 minutes.
Yep, I think he's going to need 1 more turn.
All right.
I'll discard these, he says. Oh, look, more
And
Force
now-
of Wills in my deck.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Woo. Joshua untaps, draws the top, puts it into play.
And you know, most people's complaints about Gristlebrand are that it's pretty unfair. I just got a message from my roommate who has more of a casual player, and his complaint is that he can't use Grozoff to go find Gristlebrand. A little different of a complaint. Still pretty relevant, though.
I remember back when when Dragonstorm was a big thing. You used Grozoff to find Dragonstorm.
Grozoff is no joke. It's a 9-mana tutor.
All right. Josh tops, and looks like it's probably not what he wants.
No. And you know, even if it was, Andrew has those 2 Force of Wills at a healthy 5 life.
I bet Josh is really wishing he had splashed red for Thunderous Wrath.
Oh boy.
5 life, get you.
Dang.
No Thunderous Wrath here.
Nope. Josh Cicio needs sort of split second card, of which of course he is not playing any. Nope. If he could somehow assemble his Thopter Foundry combo, there it is.
There it is.
There's the Force.
And
Josh Cicio loses to Andrew Cavanaugh, 1-2. Andrew Cavanaugh moves on, closer and closer to top 8 here.